just to set this up, I know it's one of my favorite moments ever on the Pro Wrestling Spotlight, this interview with Terry. I didn't know Terry Funk. I had never really had interacted with him. I didn't know what to expect. So when I got the okay and he said he would interview me, I would interview him about the match with Flair. I didn't know what to expect. And these were literally several minutes that scared the crap out of me because he was nose to nose with me. I didn't know what to expect.
Terry Funk had no off switch.
No,
he has no off switch. I mean, when the red light is on, you better come correct, because
I was scared.
He will intimidate you like no other professional wrestler can. So let's go to this, because this is a classic clip.
And we'll hear Mr. Terry Funk. Terry, you've caused a lot of controversy in the NWA since the attack on Ric Flair that took place not too long ago after Ric regained the World Championship. What motivated you to attack Flair?
What motivated me was I looked in the man's eyes and I realized that he was getting ready to sucker punch me. I told the fans across the United States that before, and I just got the first punch in on him. I Sundayed him, and that's exactly what he needed at that time. And right now, I am looking forward to July the 23rd in Baltimore, when I have a chance at the World's Heavyweight Championship. And believe me, this is the most important thing that there is to me, is the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. If you want to look at a championship with a past, with a heritage, with some meaning behind it, with 100 years behind it, well, you look at the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, and you look at the contenders, the top 10 contenders, which I happen to be one, John. Well, I am one of the top contenders, and I am going to meet Ric Flair for the World's Heavyweight Championship on the 23rd of July in Baltimore. And believe me, I want to make my career complete. I mentioned it to somebody before, that my father passed away in my arms following a professional wrestling match. And I went to his funeral, and there were thousands of people there. But I went to that gravesite, this Memorial Day service, and there was only me and the West Texas Winds there, and I looked down at that gravestone, and I saw that name, F-U-N-K, Funk. And it was right then and there that I said to myself, I am going to make that name synonymous with wrestling forever. And that's exactly what I intend on doing, John. And that's exactly what's going to happen on pay-per-view. So if you people want to see something that is different, some title change hands, that's going to change hands, that has meaning in the world of professional wrestling, well, you watch that World's Heavyweight Championship change hands. And you want to talk about Ric Flair? You want to talk about who he is, what he's done? Yes, he has been a great champion, yes, but we can't live in the past. Let's go on to the future. And old banana nose, old horse teeth, the old jackass himself doesn't stand a chance against me in the ring, nor does anybody else. And I'm not pulling your leg or giving you a bunch of crap. You are talking to the best athlete, best wrestler in the world today. Maybe I'm not the strongest. Maybe I don't have the biggest arms. Maybe I don't have the biggest chest. But I do have the biggest heart. And I do know where I'm going. I am going onward in this profession. And like I said before, I am going to make the name Funk remembered forever. And you, John, had better remember that, and all of you idiots out here are simple-minded people, I'd rather call you, that are listening to this drive show right now. Remember that name, Funk. Listen, it was the name Funk before anything in this world even became funky. That's right. My father was a pistol, and I'm a son of a gun, meaner than a rattlesnake, tougher than shoe leather, more dangerous than a hollow-eyed scorpion, middle-aged and crazy. That's right, crazy like a fox. That's why I've got this opportunity on the 23rd of July in the ring against Ric Flair, and you people are absolutely going to see a title change. That is a promise from me. The only way that I could be happier would be to have the match in Amarillo, Texas. Maybe I can figure out a way to get that match there instead of Baltimore and take it away from all you northern idiots.
Well, Terry, you just about said it all here.
I did say it all, John.
All right, so that's about it. I'll wrap it up, Terry.
If I want to talk some more, I can. Can I, John?
Sure. This is your time, sir.
Show.
2 hours.
Your show.
2 hours.
Believe me, I could talk about Ric Flair and his faults for 2 hours.
I just wanted to say
he
one
looks
thing,
like
though.
Barbara Bush in drag to me, doesn't he? You?
Well, you have psyched him. Yes,
Who
it
do you
is.
think's going to win the match on the 23rd?
Well,
I know who you know.
I know you're a great champion. You've been a world champion. You come from a classic wrestling
and
family.
I realize right now I'm ranked number 10, and I realize in the count of 3 I can be number 1. Did you ever think about that? I can go.
Well, you've definitely proved your worth over the last 4 weeks.
I'm a mathematician, can't go from 10 to 1 in 3 counts, but a professional wrestler can.
Well, Terry Funk will get his opportunity to face Ric Flair July 23rd. Nationwide audience pay-per-view coming from Baltimore, Maryland. It should be a classic encounter.
A classic indeed.
One of the best matches I've ever seen in the history of my watching wrestling, which goes back 50 friggin' years or more.
And when you think that Terry Funk was an NWA champion in the mid-'70s, and here it is, 1989, and he's still as vital. He's still a headliner. Tremendous. I mean, he was one of a kind. Nobody had a gift of gab like him. Many other people talk, but nobody talked like Terry Funk did.
No, I just asked him a question, and he went, and he went, and he went, and then I tried to get a word in, and then, it was just kind of this. It was a scary moment for me, though, because I didn't know what to expect. And the funny thing is Gary Hart was there watching the interview, too, and but it was a little disarming for me. But then at the end of the interview, when it was all over and done with and the tape recorder was off, he shook my hand and he said, "How was that? Was that good?" And it was perfect. And then I got to know him a little bit more, booked him at my convention in 1990. He came on the radio show so many times. I developed such a friendship with him. I got him involved with AAA, also. And one of the most endearing relationships I've ever had with anyone in the pro wrestling business was with Terry Funk. And I know he's in Texas right now. And, we wish him the best, wish him a great new year. And it would be a dream of mine to be able to get him to appear on this program to reminisce with us. But that's a difficult thing to do with him at this point. But thank you. I mean, that clip is it just brings back, it gives me goosebumps. It really does.
How could it not?